I come out in my otter form, and
Okay, so
You still have one more spell?
That's his last
my last
shapeshift.
last shapeshift.
So we're gonna see if things go bad and what's gonna happen without a shapeshift.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're at the lake. You're there. You're wandering, and you see like blue flames, like this cliche, out on the island in the lake.
That was cool.
Ooh.
What's going on to an island on the lake?
Eventually, you see these two standing there looking. Be a bad moment for a rogue to show up, but if he's still filling out his tax forms,
Tax forms.
got to claim all stolen goods.
Bad joke. Very bad joke. We'll discuss that at a later time. No, I'm just writing down
Yeah.
gear, filler gear.
Filler gear.
Literally all the bells and whistles. I do that because you never know what you need as a rogue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys are sitting there.
Got the rope. Yeah. To tie people up.
Are you insinuating something, sir?
More like escaping, bro.
As far as I know, I don't swing that way.
No.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Hey, pretty good. What's the song artist? I forget. Snap. It's a pretty good song though. Either way.
Okay, so. Oh, those are my notes. Okay. Okay, so you're seeing lights dancing on the island out there.
Will he join?
Dancing fairies. Light, whatever it's
I
called.
keep forgetting. I have no name.
I have no name.
I can't
I
come
thought
up
you
with
said
a
you
name.
wanted it to be that one.
That was if we were going that route.
Okay.
The reincarnated.
Oh, okay. The reincarnated scenario. I should tell you guys that eventually.
Oh,
Yeah, we were-
An idea for a really good webcomic.
I can reincarnate. Technically, you already told me.
What?
Before, if I die, there's a chance that I can.
No,
no,
that's the
this is
other
something else
thing.
entirely.
Okay.
Okay, that's the pre-human choice.
No. He gave the offer like if I died in this campaign, I could come back as a tree.
So
Or
you're saying
Remember, you gave me that
I
option.
didn't know that.
Maybe.
That sounds like some hard to eat scrap.
always write down everything the GM remotely says. In
It's
your
always recorded.
direction.
Yeah, and they use it against them.
Yes.
I am dyslexic, so it sucks because I can't.
That's what a tape recorder is for.
Now remember, well, that
I
would
can
be a
always go
slog
back.
to go through all this. Actually,
I can go back and show you.
35 episodes of anywhere from an hour to like some are 15 because
You
it
and your
really.
Beagles, man.
I love pickles.
Yeah.
Man.
So you see the lights out on the lake. There is a paddle boat that someone did not put back.
A paddle boat.
Yeah, if you remember in the lake, they have like the little. It's not paddle boats. They are the pedal boats, and they were in the form of other stuff. The Hydra was destroyed. This one is. I'm trying to think of a good sea monster, an aboleth for some reason, but cartoony.
Could I take a look around, like at the lights with the monocle, to see if I can perceive their forms?
Yeah, you take a look and you can squint and you see
Wait.
ghostly humanoid. Like they're still see-through. Carrying torches and whatnot.
They're carrying torches. Alright. We're also gonna look around for like anything like to write on or like to paint these.
Paint these?
Yeah, paint the image of like the wisps and stuff.
You could do it on the side of a paddle boat.
Side of the paddle boat.
Are you trying to
Side of the
be
paddle
gangster
boat.
and be like,
There is a no swimming sign. You could draw in the dirt.
He's just gonna use his arm at this point, just to like,
What?
just like
He's
for
drawing
reference
on his
later.
arm.
Mhm.
Dirt.
Could have had scrap. Okay, rewind. You find like someone scrapped homework paper, and you can flip it over and draw on that. You're all here too. You're seeing it.
And
The
I
lights.
Try
The
to,
lights.
Let's hop in
and I
this
like
boat.
approach
Check
the
that
boat
thing out.
and
Yeah,
just
I
like
think we should do that. Like,
yeah,
Hop in the boat.
hop in the boat and
investigate.
Who's paddling? Who's doing? There are two on each side, and enough room to put someone.
the otter like trying to reach the freaking paddle.
Push it.
I'm
In the
the
water?
giant otter. I forgot I can't touch the water because I would go to sleep. So I'm just. Oh yeah.
Just go
Oh,
to sleep.
yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot he
Context.
doesn't know. But I start.
Okay.
Why do you don't?
Well, it's
become
actually
like
the foot
orc?
pedals. It's like. Okay, yeah. So you guys go.
Just become an orc and start.
You paddle out, and it is slightly. It's more rockier terrain, and there are pine trees on this island.
Do I sense any holy presence?
Okay. The funny thing is, the whole time that you have been here, you have felt a absence and a void of anything of
holy.
This is the closest, like, whisper across mountaintops kind of thing. The closest you have felt to it, because you see these trees are old and like countless years. This might be some of the oldest stuff here, other than maybe the tree that's growing through the school. Like everything else has been leveled.
I hold my staff and
I
feel around.
I begin to do like a dancing lights, and I go in. Just walk in.
I follow him.
I need a survival check from someone.
Survival. All of us?
I guess it could be a team survival check to see if you get lost, encounters, and if you run into.
You get lost in a pine tree on the left.
I got a 14 plus survival.
I got a 6.
18.
Now I got a 19.
I got a 19.
19, 18, and a low one. So, eventually, the otter's really good at this. You kind of
Mine's a
get
plus
distracted by seeing some lights out there, but eventually Rails is like, come this way. And you're like, okay. You continue walking through this forest, and it gets kind of denser, and there is a set trail that you can easily find that's been in the there is natural grass. Your bunny starts actually finally having some food. You see your dancing lights cutting through the trees and sometimes getting obscured, and then eventually it gets obscured, and then out there's 3 and back to 1.
Interesting.
And as you're walking, Roland, you stumble a little, and you look down, and there's like a footstone, like a grave marker written in elven.
Writing on elven.
And then eventually you look, and scattered amongst these trees, there are headstones and memorials. You're in an elven graveyard.
So we're just looking at spirits? Ghosts? Of the war? Of the dead?
Okay.
It's a very sad thing for people that could naturally live and are essentially immune to disease. It's an odd sight to see an elven graveyard.
Could I
You
see
could tell that.
some of the inscriptions on them, like figure out like just how long they've lived or what they may have died by?
Yes, looking, you do not read elven, but you begin to notice that there seems to be a rather common end date. Around the same, you don't even see their numbers, but you can tell that like it lines up with the start of the war. That a lot of these people clearly were, and the dates are completely different about how old they are, so you can't really gauge, but there's a wide variety of how long they lived, but they seem to have all came to an untimely end around the middle of the war, or stuff that lines up with that. You could guess.
I'm starting to think we're trespassing on sacred ground here.
I want to roll for a like almost like a just a sense like if I could sense anything, since it's like a stronger presence.
Talking about
Druid or
Arcana.
I would say
for magic for the undead. Or,
undead.
So you do have a paladin. Go ahead and roll.
11 plus what?
I think it would be arcane.
Nothing.
So an 11. You look around. You don't seem to sense anything. You hear a rustling in the bushes, and it's a small bird. Clichely a raven that has flew off and
My character presses on further. Like,
the further you go with these, the more ornate and larger the stones. So you first had like footstones and little things, and then now you have memorials that are more like obelisks and statues of people.
still somewhere date now.
The date is around this particular time. Either people of note that had money to do that. But you eventually kind of get to a zenith where there is some metalworking that are like fencing towards these things. In the zenith, there is a large sepulchral building with a black wooden door, and it is creaked slightly open.
Creek slightly open.
It is a small building. It's more like a shed sized, but it's a sepulchral. It's the only one that's
We
like
are
an enclosing.
Just
I take a peek inside, like, just through the...
Inside, you can see through a hole in the ceiling. There is moonlight illuminating the space. And there is a large, taking up most of it, stone sarcophagus-looking structure. And the sarcophagus lid is off.
sarcophagus.
It is off to the side.
I think we might have a problem here, folks.
Uh,
Looks like there might be
I
some
would like to
restless
walk up
dead.
to the stone lit area
Is
and
it
look
like
over.
some kind of necromancy around here?
I don't know. Can I investigate the sarcophagus
That's what I
itself?
wanted
Like
to
just
do.
Do you want to
Or
do your
do-
paladin roll
Oh,
for
yeah.
detecting
Evil?
evil undead and whatnot? Because that is totally the paladin's wheelhouse.
I had this spell,
I'll find you that.
but I think it's the feet.
It's a feat
crossbow.
now? I'm thinking of old stuff. You can still roll and add history, religion, or history, or...
Besides a little bit of information, that should be everything. If you want to take a peek.
Out of the coffin rises the rogue, just chilling.
Edit the money here in a moment.
That is funny. Everything,
Oh, wow.
everything that you're saying, I got
What?
-1.
I'm just seeing. Did you see your magic items? I did.
Yeah, I got the...
I did.
Oh,
The 101.
oh,
I said I allowed that because I saw how much items they were going to eventually shop for, and I was like, might as well. They're already
All right.
around that time. Actually, the paladin might be slightly behind. Slightly.
Slightly.
The hammer is a little, maybe like a rare item, maybe a bump up, maybe very
Maybe
rare.
I get possessed by the hammer at some point.
Tiamat becomes your new mama.
The falling out of here.
Go ahead and roll, and you can either do religion, history.
who,
Yeah.
me?
No, I'm
Oh.
He just becomes a
Doesn't
I got
that
demon.
one? 7.
Those rolls, man. Only in dating.
He's not an elf, that's why.
Can't. Only the elves can understand elf dead.
It's the charm.
Undead elf.
Sorry, I was being facetious, but
Yeah.
if it works, it works.
Oh, I got a 16 now. Great.
It seems like your first rolls are bad, but your second rolls are good. But you only if you would have to like have proficiency for it to matter.
Like, I don't know what's going on. I had to throw it like this. 12.
Okay.
What did you do? Just
It seems to be rather. You do sense undead. Ain't gonna lie. Looking back to when you saw the dancing lights, like everyone saw the dancing lights shifting, you think it'd be like maybe will-o-wisps or some of these lights that you've taken a thought. And I will note to Jason, you can pop in whenever you want if you want to be trailing them in the shadows, as you probably have good enough adventure. But if you ever want to pop in to say something, especially while they're in the...
My character is going to go for a spider climb on top of the building and
first
try
roll
to search
the night.
around.
Wow.
Wow, what a powerful 20.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't notice nothing. That is some William. So you're spider climbing up to look at the roof?
That'll never happen again.
Hey.
At the
Hey,
surrounding
Mike.
area to see if I can find anything. Like
Something
any
else.
Champlain and
I got 20 with him
anything.
You
previous.
go up
Previously, I had 20.
and you disturb a
Oh, yeah, look at that.
nest of crows. There they go. And you look in at the island. You see that rim of the island from this vantage point, and it seems still. Moonlight going off the calm water, and yeah, that's about it.
No more wisps.
You don't see wisps.
Seem to have dissipated. Well, there's no wisps, but there's clearly something going on here.
You looked into the coffin.
Yeah, I did.
As you look into the coffin, you note it's not a place for a body.
Not a place for a body.
You see that the coffin goes maybe 2 foot up. Steps.
I kind of like call you guys like, hey, look what I found. The coffin that was open is not a coffin.
It's not a coffin.
Not a
It's a
coffin.
stairwell.
We should investigate.
I start walking down there.
I just walked down it upside down
Well, upside down.
on the ceiling.